What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper back with that next set. We out here with Murata's greatness of 130, the spectacle of the battle, the greatness. Tatsumaki confronted Orochi with arguably one of the greatest feats in the series so far. We're here to talk about that, them Fubuki titties, the greatness with King, and in general, the spectacle with all the heroes, and not necessarily the conclusion, but the continuation of their fights. I'm here today with the greatest niggas in town. Damn, I said niggas like 15 times, bro. He's super getting them out of time.
Just like remove them, like scalpel them out in editing.
Or hit them with that SpongeBob, the dolphin shit.
Yeah, or at least that.
But anyway, the greats are here, and they're ready too. Just thinking, man.
What's good? I don't even know what you just said, but
I don't know either.
Hello. What's up?
Yeah, chapter was cool. I got somebody to slander though.
Oh,
I think I know who it is.
Yeah,
I know Zombie Man, am I right?
Oh yeah.
no, he gets the pity vote. I think we can all agree he gets the pity vote.
Are y'all supposed to like introduce yourselves and then give your quick thoughts on the chapter, bro? It's kindergarten shit, bro.
Hey, what's up? Just like every other podcast, it's me and it's everyone else. What's up, guys? This chapter is great. It's always been great. Let's just cut the casualties and just get right in, or the casualties, and just get straight into it.
That's what he gets for trying to rush.
You know who
This chapter sucked. All right, this chapter sucked. Yeah, I said it.
But do you mean it, Zoe?
No, it was fantastic.
It was a special kind of nice.
Can I go ahead and introduce myself?
You the whatever, girl.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm that nigga Steve-O with the average size meat. My Grimm's best friend.
Why that detail?
Yo,
Don't let
Steve-O,
nobody else in the stream tell
You should
otherwise.
start an ASMR battle anime channel.
I knew you were going to say that before you even began because everybody tells me that.
Well, your observation hockey kicked in.
Yeah,
In this panel,
I've been trained.
In this panel, you can see right when his jaw snapped.
I'm serious, dude. I'm serious.
Yo,
I'm
that
as
actually be
serious.
hype. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, because I'm as serious as Can Pig God Eat Elder Centipede. And that turned out to be successful. That was my brainchild. So now your ASMR channel is also going to flourish.
I'm gonna do that, John.
Yo, imagine sitting there reading
Y'all
the latest
spoiled.
chapter, bro, in the ASM, and then Saitama.
That seems a little problematic for copyright, but maybe just give us thoughts on it.
Yeah, before we go into the
Steve-O
actual
to narrate
review,
my life though.
before we go into the review, like
Just send me
people in the
daily
comments,
updates, Sasuke. I got you.
You need to comment on Grimm's mic, man. For like that is some quality shit right there. The guy sounded like he falling off a cliff last week.
Yeah, I didn't know who the fuck that was.
Hey, tighten up, bro. I always had this mic.
So what you did to him?
And that's my
Wasn't using that
nigga.
motherfucker then.
Now he do deserve a shout out though. I don't know if you guys watched the recent live reaction. A lot of the videos actually. My boy, Viral Money, is a new channel that he made for on YouTube. He makes a lot of beats, and he's an upcoming a musical student. He composes a lot of different beats, sounds for different purposes or whatever. So to help him out, I was like, hey man, just send me some music and I'll put it on my tracks or whatever. And coincidentally, a lot of the guys like this, so I've been able to use a lot more of his stuff more often as he's growing. So shout out to my boy for letting me come to the studio while we're having like fucking all kinds of audio and internet issues at my house, man. Like Frontier just bent me over and tooted my ass up just now today, bro. Talking about some like, oh, we can't install the internet because of Corona. And like, bitch, like it was a whole debacle out there.
It's
bro.
really demonetized now that you've said that.
So, bro, fuck them niggas too, bro. But yeah, shout out to my nigga, Viral Money and shit. Check out his stuff. His link will be in the description below with more of his beats. You guys have heard some of his stuff already, so you're gonna be more accustomed to it. And over time, we'll probably get a lot more of his tracks on the videos. In the meantime, at 1:30, nigga, what y'all thoughts, bro? What happened, bro? What y'all feeling, bro?
This chapter was a spectacle. Like the artwork, it was at least like 3 panels on here in this chapter that you could say is like one of the best panels in One Punch Man. Of course, like, you know, it's a lot of panels like that of One Punch Man, but this chapter in particular, like that one, the one I like the most is I think the one you use for your thumbnail for your review, where you see Tatsumaki lifting up like part of the buildings and all, well, not part of it, shit ton of buildings and everything. That shit was beautiful.
Oh my god! Like, I'm gonna interrupt, bro. I agree with you 100%. You already know I'll be sucking on Murata's dick, but like the coloring that these niggas have been able to do for this art, bro, like it's only because the picture is actually like godly. Like the hue that he added just with the black and white shading for the sunset. I can't tell you how many niggas have come through talking about some, bro, that sunset though. Nigga, look at that sun though, bro. Like, bro, Murata really put in work for this one. I ain't gonna lie.
Here's a quick question for you, Grimm, because obviously it looked really good this chapter. Are you sad because we're probably not going to get any more hallways?
Oh no! I realized that's. Hey, but we get nice street scenes though.
I was actually trying to look back and like, it is kind of sad because like this whole hallway trend, it's not like the most common thing that Murata's done. Like he's definitely done things similar to that before, where he like emphasizes the architecture and shit, but like the hallway pattern that y'all niggas have been forced to acknowledge, bit. That bitch is only in this arc, and I am sad, Matt. But the big ass, like, I don't even know how to fucking describe it, like fucking tunnels that he like that she like lifted up. I did not like picture the association to like really look like that. Like, I guess we'll get into that a little bit more, but it raises questions as to like, are there still parts that are underground? Like, it seemed a lot more cohesive and connected. Why is it like 4 or 5 different beams that are like connected only by certain portions and stuff like that? It's the design that we saw from the angle where King was at the top with Tadio. That was so badass. And just because we got that, I'm excited to see what other things we see along with the fight. Like, for example, I was thinking on individuals who may come and assist. It'd be badass to see like Geno's flying up across like the towers, and you see like the designs of like the stairways and the hallways in the background or something like that. Or if like Tatsumaki manages to separate Orochi or some shit like that and blast him through one of those towers, like to see the inside of it. We definitely have a lot more potential to see great architecture along with the fight. So I'm not completely like demoralized, but you're right on that one, bro. It's getting constrained.
It's going to be a blow for you, isn't it?
It's gonna be a blowout.
He didn't mean it like that, Grimm.
It's going to be like a punch
Wait,
to
you
the
didn't
gut.
mean it like fellatio?
No,
Is that what you meant?
That don't matter.
not at all. I meant like a punch to the gut. It's like, the hallways and the humanity.
Like a fellatio to the gut.
But now we've got
That don't
street
matter at all.
views. Street views are outdoor hallways.
That happened like if you know when like the girl sucks too hard, bro. You get that feeling like, ooh, why he's so sensitive and shit. Like, can your balls jump up back into you and shit? Because
No, I've never been sensitive.
Why
What are you talking about?
I've always just accepted it with a stern, grim face. I'm just like, yeah, suck it, yeah, that's it.
Oh, no.
But the rest of you guys,
It was a good chapter before the whole ball jumping thing.
Hate that part.
I can't even trash anybody this time around, but actually, we'll get back to that later.
Yes,
Satsuki's
you
gonna have
can.
some
yeah, you
fun.
can.
But I was talking about Atomic, but I can't trash him this time. But yeah, it was a good chapter. Tatsumaki with that great.
Hey, say it again. Say that shit again, bro. Tell him twice, bro. None of that slander shit, bro.
Tatsumaki definitely gets a vote of respect in my regard, because while I speculated that she probably could at least lift the base, it was still spectacular. Sadly, it didn't turn out where she would shake the shit out of it and then drop it. A little sad, but not so sad. Great visuals for it all. Just the little bits of comedy with, King and Tario, Saitama's group, it just rolled together in such a way that it's like, this is a good chapter. We'll remember it for a while as one of the greatest feats in the series thus far, and possibly for a while. Who knows? But Z City's never going to be the same. Let's. I think we can all agree that, right? You can't fill those fucking holes.
When you say greatest feats, you mean aside from Saitama's, right?
Yes, of course. I mean, Saitama is kind of a benchmark that who's really going to do that? You know, surpass him or equal him other than Glasses.
I was just making sure because I was prepared to argue it.
No.
Yeah, you were prepared for an easy argument.
Yeah, he's W.
But usually when I mention things like that, I always exclude Saitama because we know what's going to happen when he gets involved, in comparison. So, but yeah, that one scene where the tower's starting to come out and it split the city like that, I think that was probably my favorite panel.
My favorite thing about the chapter was just seeing the bubbles, honestly. Like, I thought it was cool how she was able to, pinpoint everybody and grab them up. And then she even got such pinpoint control that she opened up little holes and what's that nigga name? Child Emperor. To let the water out. I thought that was sexy.
A lot of people are calling bullshit
that was clean
on that.
as hell. So I wonder what else she could do like that. Like she can make constructs like the Green Lantern with that, Like what if she can make a big old hammer and hammer a nigga? Or what if she can make a hand and jacking it off?
No, don't know. I knew that.
Country away.
You know it's coming.
You didn't know that was coming. Come on.
Yeah, I knew. I trust me. Being on here with Grimm,
we've heard it all.
Yeah,
and expect to hear more.
Yo, low key though, bro. You remember how she was twisting the beams and the attacks and shit like that? She could low key
oh Lord,
twist and beat your meat nigga it's a whole acrobat type of thing to that shit, man.
It would be a bloody pretzel.
Yeah,
the pepper grinder
so far. The pepper grinder.
Oh god! Oh my nigga! Yes, the pepper grinder. That's how you do that, bro. With the lickety spit at the tip.
This is a new sort of condiment.
We eating here, bro. All right, let's hop into the transition to this chapter and shit. So we are. We're men here. And protect what they gotta protect.
Right.
So when I see the princess, the beloved, the one above all, she whom we want, holding hands with these two old fucks, bro. This nigga who can't even finish off his disciple and shit, bro. And then this other nigga who them fucking lamb chops, bro. I can't do it. Look,
lamb chops.
We can't have whatever they are, bro.
These mutton chops.
But yeah, mutton chops.
But he has the kung fu kind. He has kung fu chops.
Well, mutton refers to lamb, right?
Regardless, bro. We can't have the princess not only out here giving this nigga the cute eye and shit, popping her hips and ass out, talking about some hey bang, none of that shit, bro.
It was bomb.
But now she holding the hand. Bomb, whatever, bro.
There is a difference.
Look, bro. That happened back in I think it was 125 in a Rover situation. Look, all I'm saying is that to have the princess out here holding hands with these niggas, bro. Holding hands with how many niggas you know that hold hands with Boogie?
Well, she's kind of holding their hands, so it's not.
I don't know. I don't know anybody that calls her the princess, though. I mean,
that's
some new stuff.
It's her, man. That's all you gotta say. It's her. She. But we can't allow this, bro. On the real, Tatsumaki has to hurry the fuck up with this ball shit.
Saying.
Hello?
And nigga dead.
That keeps cutting in and out.
Oh no.
Philadelphia connection, bro.
Go back to finish your point. We can't allow this because why?
So in the meantime, as I'll get back, we can't allow these types of displays. Fubuki is neutral territory. Not even Saitama has earned the right to clap them Fubuki cheeks, bro. There has to be an establishment, a yielding of power to Fubuki in order for Saitama to clap her. I'm not saying that he's got to like give her his power. I'm saying that like whenever Fubuki demands some shit, Saitama's gonna be like, "All right, baby girl," and then I'll be like, "Okay, bet you can smash now." But until then, I don't want motherfucking Bang. I don't want motherfucking Bomb. I don't want motherfucking Darkshine. I don't want motherfucking Genos. I don't want motherfucking Gear Spur. I don't want motherfucking glasses. I don't want that.
Whoa.
What? That. You heard me. I don't want that.
Genos fit because
glasses.
He probably
that
doesn't have
eyelash
anything
nigga.
down there.
None of them niggas, bro. None of them
Glasses
niggas
has earned it.
Wait. How about this, Grimm? Since you didn't raise this possibility, what about if it was a woman?
Yeah. What if it was
Then
Tatsumaki?
Won't be satisfied.
No,
wait,
good lord.
Huh?
No.
Wait,
She has to be pumped. Excuse my language. She has to be pumped, bro. And a female can't pump her, bro. Ain't nobody trying to see no fucking
Like
none of
breast pump? You wanted them to like
Oh,
expel milk from her titty?
Are we gonna just ignore
you know
the
what I
fact
mean.
that that's the first time Grimm's ever said "excuse my language" on this podcast?
When he said so many vile things.
Oh shit!
I'm just.
Yeah, what is up with pump? That sounds weird.
Do you want me to say
This
thrash?
whole bit hasn't sounded weird
Manhandle?
for you guys. We've been talking about princesses and pumps and shit.
Yeah, Grimm is off his leash in this one.
Look, bro. I'm just saying. I got mad when Fubuki was out here holding hands with these niggas. But she was looking
Yeah,
like.
man, just write a fan fiction about it. You have this energy built up about this storyline. Put it out. Expel it from you like a demon.
What the fuck, man?
There, that's a video
No,
idea
you
for
don't say that after what you just said, Grimm.
Yeah, I'm the crazy one. It's me.
Bro, you could even see you can see the creases of her midsection, bro. Like, look at her belly button, bro. You can see the cloth have a little crease over her. My nigga, this nigga's a god.
Almost
Murata
like
is a
every
god.
other picture of Fubuki and Tatsumaki.
You know what? This is hilarious because Grimm is like the personification of the One Punch Man subreddit. Because there's two sides to him. There's like this side that's so detail oriented with Fubuki, and then there's the other side that likes the actual aspects of the series.
Like powers and shit. Yeah, and explosions in DC, nigga. That's the word right
But
there.
I'm saying
nigga.
like there's like a civil war on the subreddit between people who are looting Fubuki and Tatsumaki and people that just want to discuss the actual series.
Be
Yeah, you can do both.
yeah.
To answer your question, I don't even know if that shit was a question, but I don't have a problem with Bang and Bomb holding Fubuki's hand because I didn't see it as a sexual advance or whatever. I don't think they're going to attempt to pump her, and I don't think Fubuki is going to accept the pump.
Hey, young lady, you want some banging? Hmm?
No, I'm pumping. Pumping.
That bomb
Come on, I
It
got
sounds
this.
like something from like a romance novel. And then he pumped her.
Stroke
Just
after
the
stroke.
one sentence in the middle. Describe everything else, and then that's it.
He pulled back 7 and went in 4.
I didn't even need the stash oil today. I just had to go in there.
So the heroes are saved.
Nah, nigga. We on them
Which is
Fubuki
another
things
thing I
next.
freaking predicted, is that it played out about what I said. Is that it would either focus like a little bit of fights, like for the next few chapters, or it would be like a collage of them all being saved.
Well, what do
This
you
is
think?
Fine.
What do you think about Fubuki holding their hands?
I'm ambivalent to it. It's fine. It's just for like her grabbing onto them for like support because she's up against the ledge.
I don't get why she's scared of height. She can fly, basically, so...
Yeah, I mean she can fly, but I guess she can only like fly when she's like serious, and I guess she's not serious right now. I don't know.
And I doubt she could fly in the Tatsumaki barrier, so that might be part of it.
I mean, we know like Bang and Bomb can like jump up like several meters. Like, I don't know why. I could see why, and they're still like cautious about it too. I wouldn't necessarily hold that against her. That's a pretty deep hole. But I agree though, being able to fly should be able to mitigate that.
I personally have no issue with it at all. I thought it was, kind of fulfilling to see one of my favorite ideas of a dojin, nearly come to fruition.
Huh?
That was beautiful.
No.
That's going to be made. I'm sure you could find that on Twitter if you dig deep enough.
Yeah, seeing a young, voluptuous, powerful, breeding with potential. Like she young and ready for that,
Two 82-year-old guys, but they're basically like 40.
Hey man, them niggas, they still got some pump in them.
I mean, clearly,
Got some pump in them.
Three-way at the dojo.
if they could fight dragons and
She
be
can, too.
successful, then they're definitely have a few pumps in them.
Yeah, for sure. They can do that thing, and I think she's ready for it.
They've still got a few shells in the bandolier.
They got more than a few, baby.
All right. But so as we get into the discussion amongst the heroes and Tatsumaki's I guess assistance for all the heroes, we speculated on before her ability to locate individuals. It wasn't necessarily too much of a point of contention. There was kind of like a unanimous agreement amongst like the Discord individuals and people in the conversation that like this was Tatsumaki's barrier. And we did have some like, issues.
That makes it official. Sorry to interrupt, but that makes it official.
No. I'm just saying.
Said that.
Just saying, like niggas is agreeing, and I was like, I don't know, bro. I'm the biggest skeptic amongst niggas. Like amongst niggas,
That is
bro.
true.
Yeah. Like,
I literally called how this worked.
I was skeptical.
Well, now you can fucking say you was right, Kishin. Say it.
I knew that shit, bro. The community alluded to it, and I was, as y'all can see, it was correct. So, also find out that it's through transponders that she's locating individuals. Before we were discussing and speculating that, she was able to sense out psychos, so she may be able to sense out other individuals, but that may be because of her own telekinetic capabilities. Having a device that can sense. The electromagnetic spectrum may allow you to interfere or intercept other signals of electromagnetic spectrum. So it could be along those lines, or it could just be that like she can just sense out humans or living beings with psychic powers. If that's still the case, I don't think we can like confirm or deny that. Besides the fact that she found psychos, but we now know that the transponders are the reason why she's able to find people.
Well, here's a little.
It's how she found Fubuki.
Nugget. But here's a little nugget because in the Tatsumaki's day off bonus chapter, she's able to change the channels on her TV psychically.
Oh, she goes full on exorcist with it.
She's sitting down there in her pajamas and shit in front of the TV. So you could probably be like on your phone, like talking to your boy about how you just smashed that one white girl from down the street, your ass, and then it's done.
We still talk about One Punch Man?
Sometimes I wonder, Satsuki. Sometimes I wonder.
All right, but let's get into it then. So, we saw the myriad of heroes that got assisted, not rescued. No, the proper word is interfered with. Is interfered with. Since y'all niggas want to talk about some, bro, Flashy ain't failed to kill 100 eyes. Like Tatsumaki just came to save him. Like, all right, same thing, same exact thing. So, let's start off with the first instance on the polls that we did for this week. The individual who you guys unanimously agreed, or not, well, basically unanimously agreed that like was in the most trouble was Child Emperor. You guys' thoughts on Child Emperor and what was going on?
Straight up drowning.
Well, personally, I don't know if you saw my comment on the community tab. Or, matter of fact, I don't even know if I actually went through it because I got a habit of thinking things and not actually putting them out. So, basically, I mean, I thought he was clearly in the worst position out of everyone that had to be saved by her. Because, like, all of his resources were spent and he was drowning. Nigga was about to die. And, I mean, like, so this doesn't really do anything to my opinion of Child Emperor personally. Because, I mean, I just view these dragons as like they really, them niggas, you know? They really devastating like that. And he wasn't the only person in trouble. And he had already, like, got an extreme death fight with Phoenix Man. So you can't really hold it against him, in my opinion, at all. But that's basically how I feel about the situation. in relation to Child Emperor. Everybody else is cool.
Yeah, he definitely would have died if she didn't help him. I mean, he was running out of oxygen. I mean, there's nothing he could do. He was just completely spent.
Yeah, not much more to add there. I mean, dude was gonna die. He said his consciousness was fading. Not really much more to say about it. I thought it was pretty cool. We might want to address this later, but I thought the holes in the bubble were quite cool. I think I saw that from Stebo on Twitter. But
it just seems like an unnecessary step.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come back to this later, but it seems like what's his name? Atomic Samurai. Forgot him. It's been a while since we've seen the guy, but it seemed like he was able to slash from within the bubble outside. So I thought maybe she could have done the same thing with the water. Like, even though it was contained, it would have just poured out, but it didn't seem to do that.
That's not what happened, bro.
Yeah, he did it before the bubble.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it, but when I watched a reaction, someone mentioned that you can see his arm blurring before the barrier goes up. So I gotta give Atomic that one. He was quick before the bubble.
Damn,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because
Faster than Tots confirmed.
It probably didn't do shit in the grand scheme of things, but he at least got the hit off.
So someone commented on my video saying like he did it within the bubble. I didn't think that initially. I was just like, oh, it's just one of those cool shits where it's like the slash is delayed.
Because he's kind of skipping ahead to this, but I don't want to go there. But on the same page 9 is where it happens. Or the last panel of the page, you see like his like a sound and him like holding his sheath in his blade. The very next panel is him chopped up. So I think it's like that stereotypical samurai thing. Yeah, we're like in the process of sheathing. That's when the completion of the cut is.
Yep.
Exactly.
But about Child Emperor, like, was he in the worst situation? I think so, just because, like, as Steve already said, like his resources were depleted. And even then, he had the upper hand against Evil Natural Water, as crazy as that sounds, when he froze him. But then, Evil Natural Water got bailed out by the monster and whatnot. I mean, I don't like to think that freezing would have done him in, but just on paper, it looked like it could have. We don't know. But yeah, he had everything depleted fighting Phoenix Man. Like, in comparison to everybody else, the only other person who was like comparable as in terms of having a worse situation is Zombie Man, because he literally cannot do shit against Homeless Emperor. There's not a damn thing he could do. Even with like Sweet Mask, for example, it's just like a mental thing. It's not like, I don't think anyone is seriously worried about him, like if he could get in the right mind state of him like losing the fight. But with everybody else, they're in better situations than Child Emperor was, because he was about to get drowned.
Agreed.
Ocean King get drowned, dude.
Yeah, I mean, these guys pretty much covered it all. As my opinion doesn't change on Child Emperor though, just because, as you guys have said, like we've still seen what he's done. It's not like this is his first fight. We know he's come off the fight with Phoenix Man. We know he saved Gomma and he went back in. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to really add.
One thing I noticed when we saw this. Okay, you remember the last time we saw him? He had been trapped by Evil Natural Water, and he had like the respirator mask on. Where the hell did that go? Like, did it just stop working, or did it get destroyed?
He had a finite amount of air.
You would think he could have built something to get around that.
Well, yeah, but we don't know how his
forgot all about
system
that,
works. So
Well,
we can
I'm
only...
sure he'll be upgrading that the next time.
Oh, I'm saying, I mean, in theory, if he could fit all that crazy shit in his back, then I'm sure he can fit like a huge oxygen tank or something too. But I don't know. Maybe he went through it. Maybe he did have a big one.
You know those oxygen machines that, like people who are in, nursing homes and whatnot, they need. As long as it has power, it's okay. I'm surprised he didn't have something like that.
Maybe he does.
Well,
Maybe that's all it could muster.
Well, either way,
I mean,
he was going to drown otherwise, which is sad. I like him. But yeah, That bubble was weird. How did Evil Natural Water not attack him while he's like stuck in the bubble?
I don't know. He just like slowly killing. Like, I enjoy this. I'm evil.
Yes,
and natural.
I'm naturally evil.
Yeah, but also like Child Emperor ran a gauntlet just to get to Evil Natural Water. So, I mean, things would have been a lot different if he just came in fresh.
Well, I'm not saying that. It's like
I know.
even thought it was a bad idea that he doesn't have like backup backpacks of equipment. I said that way back.
Oh, and that's going too far.
That's okay.
One backpack is already broken. If he had like another one, that's like okay,
be a problem.
Yeah,
well,
right.
like if he has like different equipment, but like has the base like equipment, like a respirator mask, maybe some kind of heat proofing or
he
something.
Can't have
but then like
the character is
weapons, I would think that wouldn't be too broken anyway.
He pulls out a pencil case.
Well,
I mean, he did. It became a machine gun.
Yeah. No, it was a missile gun, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was like a missile machine gun.
You think crazy? Personally, I think Child Emperor's had the best display of this arc so far, aside from Garou and then Saitama, like I guess above him, whatever. But like him coming into a fight with Evil Natural Water was already going to be a default feat for me. A lot of times when we power scale or like have versus battles, we talk about like how we talk about the beastly L that was turned whenever Kaido came around, like became really popular or whatever. Even if he loses this fight, with the amount of effort that he's put in already, it's going to be impressive. He's going to get a feat. I don't think his stock can necessarily drop from a loss with Even Natural Water. And in a second, we'll talk about the consequence or a rematch with every single one of these fights as well. But just the fact that like he did encounter Even Natural Water, and one thing that I've always noticed with Child Emperors in his fights, especially in the Phoenix fight, which is technically his like second or first fight, he explains the situation a lot through like monologue or his actual thinking, and that's what he was doing in the recent chapter, in the chapter before that as well. Diving in like or trying to like look for more context, the feeling that like he would find an option to get out of this suffocation issue, that he was gonna like be able to escape from that somehow. But just the fact that like he has so many different tools, he thinks through all his problems, and we see how he's thinking through all those problems. I was like, all right, bet that makes sense that he may have some shit to like get out of this at the end of the day. But I can agree he was probably in the worst position aside from Zombie, as Satsuki mentioned. And that's kind of I didn't really think about Zombie Man too much. I like you to elaborate on that when we get there, but I think he could have handled it to an extent. But the other part that I want to talk about every single fight was their ability after. So just a quick, I guess, 2 words or sentence, or if you want to elaborate as far as you want. The results if they continued fighting. Like, were you expecting a win? Or like, were you actually expecting a loss? Like, let's say that they were able to get out of the situation, or that they weren't able to get to the situation. However you want to look at it. We'll go down the line. Could those heroes, or were those heroes going to win their fights?
I think he would have died. Look, I mean, I don't see anything he'd be able to do. Because I think if he could do anything, he would have been doing it when we saw him. But I think that was it. I think he was like literally seconds from death before Tatsumaki rescued him. That's pretty much all to it, as far as I can tell.
All right, let's jump all the way to Atomic Samurai versus Black Sperm.
Like, nah, nigga.
I got a quick question before we get
there too.
So, I don't know whether this affects it at all, but this is for 2 of you. With Amai Mask, Sundown Satsuki, is this the end of the bet?
Oh shit!
That's
a good question. That's a good question. I'm not sure. The fight didn't even conclude, so I don't even know.
I would say still hold off for now, because we don't know what's going to happen like post the base being pulled out of the ground, you know. So they might, reconnect once they're up top.
They could get a rematch, so I guess we gotta hold it off. But like, yeah,
Expecting that.
Weird. This is awkward.
I'll also give you bonus points so you can tell me what the bet was about.
The bet was basically if Sweet Mask wins the fight with You're Ugly, then Sundown wins it. Or because like at first we had it to where if he turns into a monster or something like that, then I win. But then I changed it because Sundown wanted me to do something with One Piece, but then I was like, I don't read One Piece anymore, so I'm not doing that. So we changed it to even if he turns into a monster and wins the fight, then Sundown wins. Basically, Sweet Mass has to lose for me to win. That's really the gist of it. Or if he gets assistance from somebody to win the fight.
Yeah, and I think what was the bet though? So I think the bet was I would get you to read a script made by Zhoniin, myself, and Grimm
Yes.
for your channel, and I would have to make a video about Phoenix Man.
Yeah,
being the
because you
best.
call Phoenix Man trash. You didn't forget.
Yeah.
Shirtless.
So it just continues
yeah,
to be
that
on
was
the
it.
back burner.
Thanks, Matt.
It hit me like when we started talking about the heroes, and I was just waiting for the right moment.
Hey, you got bonus points.
Yeah. We'll add those up at the end of the year, and we'll see how we'll do.
All right, so where were we? Black Sperm versus Atomic Samurai?
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. All right, so the next two were Gums and Pooty. So we pretty much can chalk those up like unless you guys want to give a quick sentence on that real fast.
Bro, hold on. no, we need to get on Perry. Why was his ass tooted up, bro? Why?
Because
Think about, okay, I could understand if he got beat and that's the position he just ended up in, but that's not how he was before. Because he was talking to Darkshine, he was cool, and then next time we see him, his ass is just tooted up.
he's like taking, like, I don't know, it's like an earthquake in there, so he just like got down in a protective fetal-esque position.
I think
It's tactics. I get it.
Yeah, he was struggling to get back up, so he was doing the whole caterpillar thing, and I think he was mid caterpillar while his ass was tooted up.
I remember when I saw that scene, I was like, "Oh, his ass is now in the air. Lovely."
Yeah, it took me my second read through to realise where he put his transmitter.
Oh,
Don't even want to know.
Man.
Don't bring that shit up.
Oh yeah. Hey, where's Darkshine?
think about that. Oh my god!
It's in nature's pocket.
Yeah, we speculated about Darkshine, but with Puri, is he wearing clothes anymore?
No, not right now.
That's actually one of the greatest things Murata does as an artist is he perfectly hides nudity. It's like beautiful in some ways how he does it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fairly sure he did it in this chapter too.
Well, he hides nudity by just acting like Tatsumaki and Fubuki are wearing clothing. And then with this, he did the rock right on Puri's butt crack.
He's always got like the falling rock in the exact right place though.
It's always interesting how like anime series or mangaka do that type of censorship, because like last time we had Hellfire Flame and Galewind, it was like the raindrops covering their dicks.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that
Speculated on how big their meat were. Who had the bigger
yeah, good times.
Raindrops.
God, that was so damn long.
or not
That must have been
raindrops, but
flaccid.
you know, it was it was like, well, I just
Oh yeah, it was raindrops. It was raindrops.
It was so
yeah, it was just like some
times.
drip, and then it covered their dicks perfectly.
That must have been a perspective thing, because I ain't know what.
No, like go reread that bitch, bro.
What chapter was that?
If I can find it,
When he tried to
It
attack,
was
when he tried to
chapter-
attack Saitama.
100. It was like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, year and a half.
A year in like a few months. Zombie was the first day of the year, but Gums.
Yeah, Gums was dominating. Gums basically won, but Tatsumaki also saved him.
Actually,
He had some scuff marks on him too.
the potential for Pig God actually surviving, at least for a while, was probable, because this isn't the first time he's actually been eaten by Gums.
So I say that too, man. Like there was like very little indicating that there was anything different happening in this Gums fight. I'm super disappointed with that shit.
I told you that was the most boring fight. I was like, when I first seen them, I said, I said we all speculated it was going to happen, but I was like, I am not excited for this fight because I don't know what can happen in it to make me excited for it.
Yeah, they should have did it differently. Maybe they should have did like a montage that like took up half a chapter, and it was just like he keeps eating Pig God and he keeps getting out of him until eventually, I don't know, Gums gets more tired than Pig God, and then Pig God just starts slowly eating him, and then you see like his mouth become the widest it's ever been before. That would have been cool. Something like that. I don't know.
I mean, that fight could have definitely been exciting. There's definitely a way to make it work. Pig is a hero, you know what I'm saying? For a reason. I don't think he just be eating niggas. I think he actually
Pig God's a beast. He has some crazy abilities. They originally listed his abilities in that I think it was like chapter 122 or something, but then they took it out afterwards. Like they edited the chapter and they removed it, but his abilities are like he has super durable fat, like he can like tank bullets and blades and stuff. And also he has regeneration.
Oh wow.
And
he's like super strong too.
Well, naturally, that's what I would assume.
He's very stocky.
Superman, bro.
Well,
I still hold.
And he sure as hell can't.
I still give that candidacy, bro. Until I see the volume release, that bitch canon.
No, it's definitely true.
All right, so now we're on to the piece of shit. Motherfucking trash. This nigga's buns. Doo-doo.
Let's go.
How you... And this nigga's head is as big as his whole body. Bro, like, when I talk about trash, I'm talking about a Mask. Like, how you gonna call for help, bitch? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this nigga was taking the same position as Pootie for a certain time period in the fight, bro. I all tooted up and shit with fear behind him, shit like, come here.
I don't remember that, but all right.
What is wrong with
you? Think that happened?
That was Oscar for sure. Yeah, it happened for sure. It had to. That's why my has his eye closed. Like, just put it in. Hurry up.
Oh my goodness.
But
yeah, I mean, horrifying. Logically, that makes the most sense. So, I agree.
It had to happen.
But Steve-O, I found the panel. It's the bottom. Yep.
Oh no. See, that's what I was saying. It's perspective. Yeah, they got them thing.
So let's start from the top. Amai Mask.
You can honestly make an argument he was worse off because I think he just so caught up in his own vanity and his appearance, and he's so against ugliness. And Fear of Ugly was really just like, in terms of matchup, he probably had it the worst. Like, that wouldn't shock me at all if that was actually like confirmed one way or another by either one or Murata. Because he just, I mean, as far as fighting capabilities, I think they both kind of even on even terms, but it just looked like he was totally outclassed simply because of that inability to do anything in front of somebody so ugly, you know. So if in terms of ranking, I would say he's either 1 or 2 in terms of worst off.
Yeah, he's probably the worst off. I mean, he can't even fight back. I mean, yeah, it's kind of wonky that's a weakness to him to the point of where he can't even like defend himself. But I mean, everybody has a weakness, and this is just his really specific one.
Weakness? You mean being trash?
Well,
it can be a weakness.
No, because he's still S-class level, so I guess that kind of negates being trash. But yeah, a weakness nonetheless.
Udi versus Amai is a toss-up.
No. Yeah, I mean, he tosses Purry up.
Hey,
Bazinga.
Like, y'all niggas know what I mean.
He tosses him up in more ways than one.
Huh?
And then
Is
Purry
that a
comes
salad
down
joke?
with Purry's.
Ew, sundown. Ew.
This is a family podcast.
Oh, we breached that long ago, man. Don't even...
It's 30 seconds.
Yeah, bring the whole family around to listen to this.
Get around the fire, you know. get a drink, sit down, and then just listen to. Then Grimm just put in like some very profane thing you probably said. Except don't.
All right, Sundown.
Yeah, I think my mask, my guy, he wasn't looking so great. Though to be fair, I think looking back at it, he doesn't. It's not exactly the best picture to determine how damaged he was. Last time we saw him, he wasn't looking so good. And I still don't like the fact that this is his weakness. You know, just pure plain ugliness, really. But I suppose that this kind of plays into his durability. I assume Pure Ugly has been kicking the living shit out of him for the last however long. So I suppose it ties into him being relatively tanky, maybe.
All right, but real quick though, can we just get a round of people saying yay or nay to this? All right, yeah, you'll just say one or the other. Who is more damaged by the end of their fights, in your opinion?
What the fuck?
Amai Mask or Atomic Samurai?
Look at Amai's ego, bro. Look at Amai's ego. Tell me he's not more damaged, bro. Tell me
Atomic.
he curled up with his hands in his eyes. Yeah. His ego starved, bro. His image destroyed, man. I think, he dead. He lost, but he already took the L, bro. His image took the L already.
But like, no one really knows.
Fucking clowns, bro.
Atomic the Clown.
Satsuki the Atomic Clown.
The name
It's like
Funny you
your
mention clowns.
Saturday
That's
morning
hilarious.
show. Welcome back to Satsuki the Atomic Clown on HBO.
Look, bro.
Honk
Go ahead,
After Dark.
But what does the vote come to, though? I still think it was
The
Atomic.
vote comes to Atomic Samurai.
Yeah.
Creditless. He's also fighting the strongest dragon, so yeah, that's all right.
We've like seen hardly anything from Fuhrer, so be it he's mostly just
No, he's talking about Atomic. He's talking about Atomic Black Sperm.
well, it just
No, yeah, he's right. I'm saying like out of all the dragons that the current heroes are fighting right now, Sperm is obviously the strongest. Kishin mentioned there could be some speculation, but I think that's just wrong as fuck.
But for me to answer the question, with Sweet Mask, I don't think he had it the worst off simply because his thing was mental, and I feel like if he really thought about it, there was workarounds to his issue. I think with other S-class heroes that were fighting, there was no workaround. There was literally nothing they could do unless they got third-party help. That's it. That was the only thing that was going to save them from the fight. So with like Sweet Mask, I was talking in your Discord, Grimm, about this. I said it would be so dope, and I would actually gain a lot of respect for Sweet Mask if he did something like this. And this is super extreme, and I knew it wasn't going to happen either way. But if he did something like blind himself or something, purely for the fight,
Like
I would have gained a lot of respect for him, just because that's such a crazy thing to do. But if he had that much resolve to win the fight, I would gain a lot of respect from him. But again, that was like out there. I didn't expect that to happen. But again, that's just an example of something could have been done for him to possibly win the fight, because we still don't know if Sweet Mask is even tangoing with Fear Ugly when it comes to hand to hand. But we give it that chance. We haven't seen anything in the fight that suggests that he can't fight with him. So it's a mental thing. So I don't think he's the worst off, but he didn't really even try to find a workaround. He was just done.
Itch.
Yes, sir. Fits my agenda.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he's probably second worst off because Charred Emperor was literally about to, like, lose consciousness. But out of everyone who fought there, like, out of all these fights, they all like, this is my opponent, I've got to fight them. Amai Mask was the only one who was like, can I swap opponents? Because I don't want to fight this person. So I say in that second, because he, like, winning wasn't an option for him. So that's probably why he was in the worst, because like he couldn't see a victory happening. That's why he wanted to that's why he said, Tatsumaki, can we change who we're fighting, because I don't want to fight this guy because I can't beat him. In comparison to the others who were at least trying to figure out solutions and try and get out of this. But it would be interesting to see what he does next if he gets away from Pure Ugly now and they don't continue the fight. To see like if he's actually worse off from this or whether he's just going to pretend it never happened.
I didn't notice this on my first read through, but you remember several chapters ago when we got like a little clip of what Amai Mask's fight was all about, and we saw like those like reflections of Fuhr. Well, now we see it. It's like a freaking mirror room for some reason. What the hell's that all about? But
the world may never know.
Probably not.
We just assume that this is like his personal thing. Like he bought this with their money that they harvested.
Maybe. It's like, I like to look at myself. I'm ugly as fuck, but I like looking at myself.
No.
And then
No, that's not it.
And then he constantly like is cracking the mirror, so he has to buy more. But
You're sick.
but considering that Amai and even Fuhr Ugly don't seem to have any like physical damage done to them, it's likely that Amai has just been running this whole time and dodging. And that's the reason why the mirrors are even broken. Because, like, he'll dodge at the last... No, like, Fuhr runs into him and is like, God damn it, my mirror! I paid for that! But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking this fight's been like this whole time. So I don't think he's really been putting in much work. So him getting this L this way is amusing.
Zombie Man and Flashy were in a different predicament. Both of their transponders were not with them. Zombie Man made a disgusting comment about hiding his transponder side of his skull, and gracefully memes were made on Reddit of homeless blasting zombie skull off. So with this leads into a question we'll talk about at the end about where are the heroes now that like Tatsumaki is flying up and that like the bubble bursts for King. So have all the other bubbles burst, and does that mean that the dragons are still in close vicinity to the heroes that were being rescued or something like that? We'll get to that in a second. But Homeless Emperor and Zombie Man. I think it was you, Satsuki, that said that Zombie Man may be in the worst position.
Yeah.
Don't lead the way.
With the fight, I mean, first I want to say the transmitters are like tanks. Like fuck, because Homeless Emperor was firing on Zombie Man, and that shit still stayed intact. What? So yeah, that shit is sturdy to say the least. But with the fight between Zombie Man and Pure Blood, he died 200 times in that fight, and that was against a demon level monster. Now he was strong; he was up there with the demon. Don't get me wrong, but if he's dying 200 times to somebody that is a demon, we move to Homeless Emperor. It was a fight that we didn't really see him doing anything, and he wasn't doing anything. Like his ace in the hole was this gun in his chest, and that did nothing. It did nothing. So once that happened, it was pretty much just Homeless Emperor torturing Zombie Man. And with Homeless Emperor, the only way he could like lose the fight is if he just gets tired and Zombie Man kills him. That's it.
You know, I feel like I'm gonna keep saying this because I keep on thinking about how bad they are. But like Zombie Man's probably in the worst position too. Honestly. Even compared to Amai Mask and Child Emperor. Like all these niggas was in trouble. But Zombie Man is like, I mean, that nigga, the Homeless Emperor, he was just like a terrible matchup for him. Probably not as bad as Amai Mask, but Homeless Emperor can just like constantly like eviscerate this nigga over and over again, and kind of like negate his healing. So that's an opponent that Zombie Man probably never even dreamed he would be up against, especially at that caliber of power. So, and the fact that he laying on the ground like a husk right now, inches away from death again and again and again. Like, so for right now, I'd be like, Child Emperor, he probably like number 1. Amai Mask, number 2. And then Zombie Man, number 3. But the more I listen and the more I think about it, it could probably change from, depending on like what I hear from y'all, and the more I think about it, it could probably change from Zombie Man being like number 3. He could probably be number 2. But I don't think anybody would take Child Emperor's place at number 1. He was literally going to die like seconds away.
I mean, yeah. He was I don't know. I mean, like, because why hasn't he exhausted his regeneration ability yet? Or how much time has exactly passed since that has been discovered? Like, how long has he been blasting away? Because it's kind of just laying there. Like, he's not even standing anymore. He's just been getting blasted to the point of where he can't even stand up. So
yeah, I was thinking, like, if Pure Blood killed him 200 times, how many times has Homeless Emperor killed Zombie Man in this span of time?
I don't know. It would have been cool if Homeless Emperor was like, "Damn, I've already killed you 300 times. How long is this going to take?" or something like that.
Yeah.
Am I finally going
I don't
to
know.
get tired?
Because the whole crux about Zombie Man was supposed to be now that he can be exhausted, like his regeneration ability. But it appears that his regeneration ability can last very long. If the data book is accurate, which I can assure you the data book is always been accurate 100% of the time. And like it'll tell you some stuff that hasn't even happened in the series yet.
Oh, so spoilers, huh? All right.
No. This is not spoilers because the data book only covers chapters 1 through like 42 or something like that of the manga, and that's it. But it just tells you like insight into the characters that isn't known unless it's read in that book. And one of the things it says about Zombie Man is that he fought a monster for like 4 days or something. 4 or 5 days straight. And it wasn't in the virtual reality. It was like straight up it happened. So that means that he can keep doing this for like 5 days.
So Zombie Man, I mean, like, just when I was reading it, I looked at him and I was like, this dude's just lying down, chilling, doesn't have a care in the world with his one eye. He doesn't seem too stressed about it. I like the fact that he seems to have enough of his brain regenerated to think, oh shit, I really should have put that little thing inside my skull. Which makes me wonder, like, he had a gun in his chest. Was he just going to put that little thing pinpoint that transponder? Was he just going to keep it in his skull and be completely comfortable with it? I mean, like, this guy's walking around with a whole bunch of shit in his body.
I'm saying his head already got blown off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
so even if he put it in there, he'd be screwed anyway.
How could he use the damn transponder? Half the time he ain't got arms.
He's going to have to do the Purry thing and put it up his butt.
Shove it right up his ass. Yep, exactly.
I don't think he had an ass anymore.
Yeah,
if you look
I don't know. I don't think if we got to the point of him losing an ass.
No, if you look at that freaking panel, and I will post it, he has
he's missing legs. He's missing like most of his body.
Yeah, no arms. It's basically right at the edge of the rib cage. That's how far he has left, and that's not even.
Imagine having your dick blown off multiple times. Couldn't.
I didn't get to blow my load. My load got blown off.
Oh wait, now I see it. Yeah, no, his ass is gone.
It's like first time I lost my ass. Shit.
Yeah, so maybe if anything, he's suffering from like short-term memory loss at this point. He's like, if only my head, if I'd put it right in my brain, not realizing that his brain had been demolished just a couple minutes ago.
He straight up needs to get the Wolverine treatment. He might actually have something there, like have a black box built into his chest. Oh shit, that would be good for a power-up video.
He's preempting the Zhoniin.
Say it, bro. This nigga's like pretty distant himself.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't help but see Zombie Man just completely chilling. He doesn't seem to be very fussed, but I can't tell because his face seems to be very, very burnt.
I mean, in that one panel where like you see his like one of his eyeballs is gone, and then like his teeth are out, where you're saying Tatsumaki. The panel immediately after that, there's a pretty good portion of like his head like is already like regenerated. So I'm like, how long is it gonna take to like completely deplete this motherfucker's like regeneration? I understand 4 days, but like in Zhoniin's statement, he didn't necessarily specify like, or excuse me, in a data book when he referenced it, he didn't necessarily specify who the opponent was, the difficulty, the actual combat. As you can see that like certain dragons match up differently up against others. So like, there's more context to that. Because obviously, if somebody like Pureblood can make Zombie Man die 200 times, longer than that, I might be able to do that several fold more times. So I think I'm more hard pressed to say or to agree with Satsuki now. I don't think I can. I think that like he may have been in a pretty okay situation. I don't know what like could help him, like what rubble could fall, or like what goo could crawl up behind his like shorts and get in Homeless's ass for a second, or like what could happen to save him. But like I think he could have made it. I think Zombie Man can beat Homeless.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Never mind. Then
I'm saying it's never been established like what's the stamina on Homeless Emperor's ability. Like, does he get tired from using it? Can he just keep doing it indefinitely and it doesn't affect him? Like, we don't know that yet. So that also plays into the factor of Zombie Man winning.
And there's not many other like individuals who have a stamina issue in One Punch. So I don't know if I would like make an emphasis on that one. Like I don't remember Rover ever like having insta being tired. Sperm, Melzagard, Garou Shoop, to even Giant Crow, Pureblood. I think Chose was breathing hard at one point, but I don't really remember that many instances of like individuals being fatigued, or like, fatigue being a factor that like impedes their process. Maybe like Child Emperor, he's been on the ground, but that was more like him crying and shit, being a bit. I don't know. I don't want to give Homeless a label of like, oh, he'll run out of energy, like, and that would like me like this he's honestly like one of my favorable characters that we've seen so far. Like if y'all niggas are following me on Twitter, check the link in the description below. I'm funny as hell. My name's been Homeless Sperm for a minute, bro. Shit. So when I say that, like, I believe Zombie can beat Homeless, that's more of like inspirational hope, because I fuck with my nigga Zombie. The people who Zombie fights, they're like badass. Like Pureblood himself was fucking bad ass, man. Not just the art, but like the shit. He was out there catching fucking cannons, man. Out there catching cannons with his hands and flicking them back. Like, you nigga was doing that thing to niggas, boy. He was out there doing that thing to niggas. And the Homeless out here doing that thing to niggas too.
Chapter. Still my favorite chapter.
1-on-1.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Zombie became a very likable character for me after that. That's why I hate that this is happening to him.
99's better.
99. What happens there? Is that the
Child Emperor Phoenix Man?
Oh, I should have known.
Yeah, that's that Emperor open nigga.
I should have known.
Alright, so I'm gonna leave for 20 minutes. You got to go and talk about fuck, dog.
Nah. Let's go. I mean, come on, man. Hype your boy up. He did his thing. Hype your boy up.
So, like, I know it's niggas tried to twist it as if I was. Bro, niggas trying to make me seem like a villain for saying that Atomic had the upper hand at the end of the fight, bro. I'm tripped there, bro. Like, he had the upper hand when he dropped the ceiling on his ass. He had the upper hand here, bro. Like, we can say that Sperm's out here piecing up Atomic. You could say that. You might could say that, maybe. But
all right, we all agree that we're going to say that.
No. Yes. But on the appropriate hand, on the factual side, where the validity is, where Murata and One is coming from, them niggas. Atomic was out here holding that nigga off and he had a parent at the end. He was gonna do nothing.
Was that English?
Yeah, what was
I
that?
don't know what the hell. That was Grimmish.
That was bird language, dude.
Grimm just invented his own language to articulate his point on Atomic Samurai.
And no one will ever know what he said. They'll be like, that was the most educated thing I think that man's ever done said. What the fuck did he say? I don't know.
I'll just say this, that like that first panel that we get, the first panel in this chapter we get of Sperm and Atomic, like Sperm looks badass, bro. Like with the in his big ass buff form like that, with his single little antenna up, and then the fist with that like devious, bro. He looks badass. Like I'll give you that. Sperm look badass right there, but my boy Atomic came through with the shit. That nigga fast as hell, bro. Flashy who? Go ahead, Steve.
We on Atomic right now?
Yeah, boy.
Shit, he was getting that shit clapped. He was getting clapped real good. Black Sperm got his number. That nigga was out there.
Lord.
I'm coming for
Grimm
you,
all that.
samurai.
Nah, I'm just trying to make Grimm mad. Atomic was putting up a fight, man. Surprisingly, I honestly thought it was going to be worse than that. And then, especially with that little pardon gift he gave me, I thought that was real nice, real smooth.
Yeah.
I see him do it. He did that thing to him real quick before he took off. But like, did he before he was in the bubble, or like he do it from inside the bubble? That really wouldn't make sense. But
It's in the first panel. You see like he's on all fours no more. Or excuse me, he's preparing to stand up, and he has his blade in his left hand, and you see like a little like squiggly or like shade or speed marks on his left hand. That's supposed to be a speed indication.
oh, I see what you talking about, like when
And
Black
then when
Sperm
you
about to punch
later
him.
see him sheathing the sword, it's that old trope of like they do like the clash, and then when they sheath the sword, then that's when the attack actually takes effect.
Right. You know,
Dragon.
Sundownrider is
But
The
did it
beast,
do
man.
piss all? Not much. Cut him up a little
I mean,
bit.
He's mad.
we know why I didn't do nothing to Black Sperm. If it was anybody else, well, most anybody else, that probably would have been a killing blow.
I guess that name start with F and shit. Like them niggas would get cut in half.
Oh, all right, I don't know about all
Probably
that.
more than that.
But yeah, Atomic did that thing real quick. But honestly, I don't think any of these heroes will win these fights. Personally.
You don't think Sperm had the upper hand, or you don't think Atomic had the upper hand?
Nah.
Yeah, let's go with that first question you say, Grimm. If Sperm had the upper hand, I think
Yeah,
he did.
Sperm definitely has the upper hand. Like
He has
He doing
multiple
that thing
upper
too.
hands.
Breadless, bro.
every
No.
upper hand that you could possibly have.
Yeah, I mean, even if the bubble didn't save Atomic Samurai, then he would have split apart. Or is the stipulation for this technique that he needs to put his sword back in the sheath for the cut to activate?
See, that's what I was thinking.
Also, this is his
Is that
new
the
technique.
spell incantation?
I was like, would he still have got buried? And then while beneath the fist, just been like, tick.
But yeah, I mean, even if he split up, got diced up like he did, then he just would have multiplied yet again and then kept beating his ass. Even like Atomic Samurai discovered that he can vaporize him and he's still losing. So, yeah.
It's got to be done.
Not a good matchup.
All right. So I don't see how this was a win for Atomic, because he was getting his ass trashed. And even though he managed to slice and dice him a little bit, all that really did was annoy Black Sperm a little bit, didn't really damage him. And then he has the balls to say, "Farewell, special blade testing monster." I was like, really? You're going to class that little slice and dice as a win? You're going to be happy with that? That's some.
Listen,
Literally what he had been doing the whole fight at this point, so it's nothing special.
bro.
Yeah,
This
that's
statement.
quite literally when someone's getting their shit hooked out of them in a fight, and they'll land a jab and be like, "Haha, I got you there," and you're just like, "Really? Is that what it's going?"
Against the strongest dragon, yes.
I don't know. Man. I defer to Satsuki.
Here we go. Fucking Satsuki.
Grimm, are you there? I gotta know. You can't be away from your. You cannot be away from your computer. I'm not allowing you to deafen none of that shit. Listen to me. Hear me speak when I say this. Atomic. Let's get the good out of the way. Atomic looked cool. Like I would give him that. That shit was dope. I love that trope. It's certain tropes I love. That swordsman shit where you sheath your sword and then the cut happens, that will never get old to me. I love it every time I see it. It was dope here. But as Sundown already highlighted, the issue wasn't with what he did as a swordsman, it's what this nigga said. This nigga, and we going off since, Vib, apparently he was sick. All right, so we going off by HDX514. We're going off by his translations, all right? If these translations are accurate, no. This nigga called him a blade tested monster. And what test do you get fucked up that bad? And like, he was talking as if like this is a practice game for him. No, bro, you was in a life or death situation. He was literally trolling you. He almost took your swords. Hats to you for keeping your sword, by the way. But he was trolling you in the middle of the fight. He was literally trolling. Like, you can't call him a blade tester monster after all. Like, no. I swear to God, if Atomic would have said something like where if he cut him and he was like, I had to give you that before I left or something like that. That's still cocky, whatever. But I would have been okay with that. I'd be like, okay, that's dope. But you try to downplay him after you almost died? What?
Now you understand. Grimm likes Atomic because they have the same kind of mentality.
Wasn't Atomic also missing one of his slippers?
Yeah, he took his shoe. He took his shoe.
No.
Like what? Ain't no test. Like no, that was not a test. You were in a life or death situation. And you tried to downplay him because you got that cut off. And the fact that we're talking the way we are, none of us think a Black Sperm is dead. Not one of us. This is not webcomic spoilers. This is not webcomic spoilers. None of us think he's dead. Not even Grimm. Not even Grimm. That's what makes it all like it's like even with this attack, we know he's still good.
He's mad though. He's mad as like
it's like taking a driver's license test and then you just get in this horrific accident at it, and then you like get out of the car and you're like, that test was easy.
you just barked good the last time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got it.
Listen, bro, niggas hating that.
I caused 3 homicides and a fire hydrant violation.
Grimm,
but I parked this shit.
Grimm, I swear to you, I'm not hating because I had the same energy for Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash is my 4th favorite S-Class hero, all right? It goes Metal Bat, Zombie Man, Tatsumaki, and then Flashy Flash. When he said that shit with Saitama, where he was like, oh, it was a fluke, I'm like, bro, no, he caught your shit. What are you talking about? Why are you still acting all cocky? Like, bro, he caught your shit. Like, that's it, bro. He's faster than you. That's it.
No, it was a fluke.
He just did it by accident twice.
There's no way that a B-class hero could do that.
Even then, I get him trying to rationalize that because, like you said, he's a B-class hero. He's like, there's no way that happened. Whatever. Bro, Atomic is fighting. He knows he's fighting the dragon. He may look goofy, whatever to you, but But bro, you like no way you just called him a blade testing monster after bleeding everywhere, losing your shoe, almost losing your sword, getting fucked up. No.
Goodbye, Black Whetstone.
Yeah, losing your shoes is like when you get hit by a car.
Yes. And losing your blade is like when you fucking get shot by a sniper.
Yeah, at least he didn't lose his blade. But like I said, the cut was cool. The cut was cool. It was dope.
Nah, but the
That-
losing your shoe thing, bro, that's a seppuku level shit right there.
It's a
That's-
dishonor to his master. I'm surprised that this is the end of Black Sperm Tatsumaki. You know, I can't believe Atomic killed him. I can't believe that's how it went down. You know? After all this hype, you know, like this is it. I thought he was really strong.
Yeah, after all this time, he figured out how to beat him. Just cut him up. And that was it. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, the Atomic stuff. Like, I'm not as strong as Satsuki, but I feel pretty strong. Like it's like how he was like. If you look, he's got a little smirk on his face. Like, yeah, I did it. But what I like is he tried to crush him between rocks. He's like, that's the end of him. When didn't he try and crush him in rocks when they fought before? And the next time we see him, he's dangling him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
to
funny.
be fair, this is more solid. It's not debris. This is like just the rock facing.
Still, though, I don't know why he thinks, well, that's the end of that guy. I mean, I could barely take him on, but yeah, this boulders, they'll get him. But yeah, no, I mean, round out, the cut was cool, as I'll give it, and I like Atomic, and it feels like, especially with being on the podcast, you either got to hate Atomic, or he's got to be your guy for life. There's like no in between. But yeah, like, he wasn't going to win the fight if it carried on. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, as we can see, like, Black Sperm Tatsumaki even can just, like, split up himself into loads of pieces if he's just, like, if he drags himself after Atomic for round 2.
Do you think
Bro,
we'll see a
but-
rematch though?
No, don't answer that. That's
Okay.
later. That's later.
Okay.
Y'all niggas tripping, bro. Out of all the bro, look, I won't even make a point about like hyper bias. I'm making a credibility point, right? So, you guys have mentioned that one of the factors as to whether these heroes could probably win their fights or not, or whether they could like have success, is what tools they already had presented in the scenario. If they had something there that they could get out of it, right? You guys mentioned that Child Emperor had already used all his tools. You guys mentioned that Amai Mask could probably just get rid of his like fear or whatever, or close his eyes or blind himself, something like that, and he would have overcame it. Zombie Man didn't really have an alternative besides time and stamina, right? So none of these things are like proactive weapons to get out of these scenarios. Atomic Samurai literally has that. The Focus Atomic Slash is a technique that, like, as far as we can tell, is able to affect Black Sperm to a point where, yeah, he can defeat him. So I'm not, by my statement, I'm not assuming or saying that Atomic Samurai could have beat Black Sperm. I'm saying that he actually had the tool to beat him. Nobody else has a tool to beat their respective dragon yet.
But with what I was saying, I'm not talking about his capability in winning the fight or anything. I still think Black Sperm was just, flexing on and dunking on his ass. But I thought he was going to lose it either way. But no, you have a point with like Atomic and Black Sperm as in comparison to the other fights, because Thomas was just doing more than other heroes. Like, after Child Emperor did the freezing thing, there was nothing really he could offer Evil Natural Water to win that fight. And then with Zombie Man, like I said before, that he cannot do anything. His ace in the hole got flushed out easy. Nothing else he could do after that. Amai Mask, he just did. I don't even need to elaborate on that. But I see what you're saying. Like, I feel like Atomic could have done more in that fight. Like, we could have seen more from him. Possibly have scared Black Sperm in some instances. But I don't think he was going to win it. But in comparison to other S-class heroes, he was better off, I think.
Wait, so are you crediting Atomic Samurai with killing Black Sperm Kage Bunshins?
I'm giving him credit because he showed more than some of the S-class heroes in this fight. That's all I'm giving him credit for. I mean, he's looking cool doing it.
Well, I want to bring this up because I was saying this to troll, but I think the story supports it. So, but from Black Sperm himself, he says that he has the ability to split.
Yeah.
According to Drive Knight, they're all of high combat ability. Then Black Sperm himself says that each one of his clones are exactly the same. They're a different part of me, quote unquote. So that if you cut Black Sperm in half, there's two of them, right?
Yeah.
But there are two dragons now? Because the main that is dragons because of his ability to split when assaulted. And his offensive ability, defensive ability are not that great, sure, or they're not like super high class, sure. But like that one trait is. So, okay, that one trait. If you split him in half, does that second piece not have that trait? So I present the question. Has Atomic Samurai not fought the most dragons so far?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, nigga. I'm coming with it.
It's still the same guy. That logic's a little flawed.
But where the strength lies with Black Sperm isn't, like you said, it's not in his individual offense, defense, whatever. It's in his splitting ability. So
each one has that. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, like, if you have, it's like, if I have like one nigga with me, okay, he could be as strong as whatever. But if I got a gang of niggas, then that's different. Even if they all the same or whatever, just the numbers itself does a lot for you exponentially as opposed to having one individual. So I think. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not saying that like the buildup of number isn't another one of the biggest qualities or the biggest threats that he causes. I'm saying that simply put by the logic that like I believe most of us can agree upon and what they've been telling us that like even with Kishin making the comment that it's the same dragon, it's the same monster, it's still multiple bodies. If you have a guy with a gun and then another guy with a gun, is that not double the power now? Add two more to that. Do they not have 4 times the power now? Oh shit, my bad. What the fuck?
But no. Okay, on the technical level, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that on a technical level. But we don't really separate them like by saying like it's multiple dragons because it's the same person doing it. You know, if
hive mind, that's what it is.
Like Pain, for example. Like we don't say like we say like, oh, Jiraiya fought these Pains or whatever, but we don't separate Pain as a different entity just because there's 6 different ones or whatever. If you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But hold on. The stipulation with the Pain thing is that each one of those Pains was a different individual. So the group of Pain was what caused Jiraiya to have that much of trouble, but he was able to defeat individual Pains. He was actually one of the few individuals who took down individual Pains. So I'm simply saying these are not different individuals. These are equivalents. The Drive Knight claims their equivalents, and Black Sperm himself claims their equivalents. And the single trait that we all agree upon, his ability to split, his ability to make mass numbers, as you mentioned as well, comes from that one trait that every single Sperm has. So like, I can agree that for the sake of argument, I probably shouldn't use that. But to what extent is that true? Like, are we really saying that like having 2 individuals of the same exact capability is not more?
I mean, like, yeah, that's Black Sperm's. That's the trouble with Black Sperm. Like him multiplying, eventually it's just going to overwhelm you. You could beat one. You can quote unquote beat one, but even when you beat him, you're not really doing it. You're making him stronger, and he's building up his power. So, like on a technical level, I see what you're saying. But it's just like
I don't know, because like if Atomic were to like when he first ran up on him with that air slash, right? Let's say that he cut him in half, and then there was 2 Black Sperms, and then one kept running after Tario. The next person who runs into Black Sperm, are they not fighting a dragon?
Of course. This was
Then Atomic's been fighting multiple. Yeah, he's been fighting multiple dragons.
But you say that just to hype this. I know why you're saying it.
I know, but it's like that's why I'm coming to the scenario. I can agree, and I will hold off using that argument. But like by technicality, he's literally, and we can always agree in the story context, this dragon's offensive ability is not. We could even say that Pure Blood probably has more offensive strength and maybe even agility than Black Sperm, a demon, a pretty high up demon. We talked about him a little bit earlier, but like, I could see that. But
my question to you then would be, and this is just to stir some shit up: has Black Sperm even been fighting at Dragon Output? Because to me, it seems like he's just been trolling. He's been fighting at like multiple demon output, bro.
Oh my god!
It'll be the biggest L of your life if that's true.
Context. He did draw some seriousness by actually fucking up some sperm, and he was like, I think I'm phrasing this, I'm rephrasing this, but I think he said, oh, thank God that that wasn't the real mirror, that I split off the real mirror. Some shit like that. Something about like a me that may even, according to a translation, confuse us with thinking that there's a single sperm that can be hurt.
Like a main body. I think it was.
Yeah. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. But where maybe there's like some innate cell inside of every single sperm that if you hit that, it may indefinitely kill the sperm, or may not allow it to reproduce. I'm not sure what the concept of that is. All I'm saying is that I agree that's scary as fuck if Sperm hasn't been going serious. If he has been fighting multiple dragons.
I noticed Zhoniin has been awfully quiet.
No, I'm letting you guys go.
This nigga was even eating too, bro. He was snacking like this nigga. He was like, this nigga fuck.
Sometimes I like sitting back and listening to you guys talk.
His like weakness is like the most interesting thing about Black Sperm, because I think we already speculated on like how he could die or whatever, but I don't think it's a Melzgar situation where, I mean, it's not technically a Melzgar situation, but it's kind of like he had like one thing in him that if you destroyed that, you can kill him. I hope it's not like a main body type of thing with Black Sperm, just because I've seen it before in other series, and it would kind of be reminiscent of Melzgar. So I'm just wondering, like, how can you beat Black Sperm? Because from what Atomic was doing, it was literally just making him stronger and stronger. So,
and if there's that main body thing, sorry Satsuki, if there's that main body thing, then we can refer to kind of Twice from My Hero Academia. And his clones never had the same damage, or they couldn't tank the same amount of damage as his main body. They would just crumble away and basically die. So if Black Sperm was worried about something hitting his main body, wouldn't that also kind of suggest that maybe his clones they'll have like a maximum output or maximum input of damage that the main body wouldn't have?
The what?
So let me say that again. Wouldn't Black Sperm's concern over his main body suggest that maybe his clones have a lower damage threshold than his main body?
In chapter 112, age 16, Atomic Samurai comes up out of the hole and gets surprised by Black Sperm when he says, well, I hid my true self from the very beginning and sacrificed a tiny fraction of me, which really helped. That's the exact quote. So like,
what chapter was that?
It's 112. So from that, like, could it be that like each portion of sperm has like an innate like true cell, maybe something like that, like similar to the Melzgar thing? Yeah, like there's a portion of true Black Sperm instead of every split.
Yeah, I mean, it appears that there's like one singular dominant consciousness among them. Just like Twice, the comparison that Sundown was trying to make, Twice has like an origin point. But then just like Twice, all of the black sperms have like their own individual consciousness as well. But they all must seem to know who the originator is.
It seems like he's able to like manage how much of the originator is in with each sperm, because we can agree that like the ones that were falling down a hole weren't like the original. Because you said I hid my true self from the very beginning. To bring that into context, like he hid his true self from the beginning, like.
Yeah, so I assume it's kind of like Naruto's Kage Bunshin, right? They all knew who the main body was, so he could throw them down. They would relay information to him based off of how they died and stuff like that. But his main body always knew it was the main body, and so did the rest of the clones. And I suppose it's the same thing in Twice's situation, though their consciousness was a little bit dodgy.
Regardless of the dodginess of the consciousness, regardless of Atomic Samurai's badassery, Tatsumaki, described in previous chapters as the final solution.
You might want to pick up a bad
Whoa,
name
whoa. Yeah. I thought it was a mistake until you said that bit.
Y'all English niggas gonna get mad about that, huh? Guess who came to save you? The fucking Yanks.
What?
North Africa, all the way to the fucking Rhine, my nigga. We was in that bitch too, bro. We was in that. Tatsumaki lifted the motherfucking base up out the nigga. A whole, bruh. Somebody drop panels. If I'm being lazy right now, which I probably am, I'm not gonna see the map of Z City and its size in comparison to D City and the ones around it. That bitch big as fuck, bro. And this whole base is underneath that bitch, or underneath a portion of that bitch. Most likely the abandoned portion. So we can speculate on the casualties, how many people Tatsumaki killed. We can speculate on all that, but this may be a top 5 feat in the series, if not a top 3. Probably the top 10 or top 6 belong to the Boros and Saitama, but aside
Definitely
from that,
top 20.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which feat?
lifting I'm not sure she should be.
Definitely
Or-
top 25.
I mean, if you don't include Saitama, like this probably the top one, number one feat in the series.
Realistically,
Damn.
top 50.
Definitely top 30.
This nigga's still increasing numbers, bro. Chill, bro. Now, low-key, though, if we do exclude Saitama, is it number 1?
I think it's got to be number. I can't think of anything as impressive as
Boros.
anybody else.
Meteoric Burst Boros as a whole is more impressive than this, in my
As
opinion.
a whole, what is that? The kick alone was more impressive than this.
Meteoric
You can't
Burst
say
as a
whole.
being, him existing is a feat.
Bro, are y'all forgetting
Just
about
him
the King
existing.
engine? Or like we
Oh, who?
we would say the
Baron.
King engine?
Oh, damn, bro. Oh, damn, bro. You right, bro. It's at least number 2.
And
At the
just
moment.
I mean-
crash.
I love my Scottish Woman Rider. I mean, I was just saying, the only one, maybe Marugori, destroying the city just from the wind pressure is pretty up there.
Yep. This is like number 3.
That shit was beautiful. Look at that shit. You just see the fissures. She just throwing the old city. She said, man, she did exactly what she said she was going to do. She said, I'm going to flip this bitch upside down.
Well,
But the
Guys.
Sitsu.
not just yet. She hasn't, but she's halfway there.
Wait, you want more to happen, babe? Why would she need to do anything else?
Because it would be fun to
Guys.
see.
Oh, yeah, she might do that.
Okay.
I've done the
Yes,
hard
sir.
part, which is ripping this son of a bitch out of the ground. Now I just turn it upside down and just ram it back in there.
It's
Guys,
just
what?
Go ahead.
Where does Saitama live?
Right there.
You saw his house.
Yeah, that was his apartment.
Yeah.
I've speculated. That it's
R.I.P. R.I.P. his house.
Those 3 holes were where those 3 monsters got fucked over at.
Yeah.
That
And
house
the
is
building
the-
across. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I think it was you that mentioned that. Where did I see that? I don't know where I saw that. No. Hallways, that apartment or that hotel thing or that apartment.
Beast King slashed it up. Nobody fixed it.
Those are the dishes that Genos didn't put away.
Yeah, what the hell, Genos?
You wash the shit out of them dishes. I'll tell you that though.
I don't see like. I remember there being like fencing and like military equipment on the portion where like the abandoned zone was starting and ending. Like,
I don't know. This is kind of implying that this is the entire abandoned zone. I guess to justify casualties.
Yeah, I don't.
Just in case though. Quick 5-second prayer.
For all of the animals. Just all those cats and dogs and possums.
Possible fetuses,
Possums
women,
are native to only North
babies,
America.
children, little boys,
Foxes,
little girls,
Shiba Inus.
1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, little boys riding their
Siamese
bikes,
cats.
little girls playing
No,
with their
the
dolls.
kids are all right. The kids live.
Wasn't there a song that's like the kids are
Yeah,
all right?
offspring.
the little boy running down the street with his with his ice cream. The little
And then it
girl
falls
in the
over.
house. Yeah, falls over.
He's like,
Yo.
oh, what the hell? I'm tipping, and it's like,
Have you
oh,
guys
I
ever
lost my ice
seen
cream. No, and then he
The
falls
trailer for Barefoot Gen.
down. I recently found
All
out
right.
what that was.
Don't watch it, but it
Oh,
has
okay.
kids dying in it.
That's what's up.
Hold on, huh?
What anime
It's
does
an
it?
anime, but it's like a historical anime and a part
Oh.
of. I think the intro, the atomic bombs get dropped on Japan, and it's like extremely gruesome.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
But it's like 80s anime, and it's extremely gruesome.
Oh, Grave of
Spoiler-
the Fire.
spoiler for the,
Unnecessarily gruesome. Like they
What anime?
took their time to make it disturbing.
Oh, I
What
think I saw that a recreation of this shit where like the bomb goes off and you see like their skin coming off.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw a clip of that.
and you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
kids dying. Like
Yeah, no,
No,
a
What
particular
anime you
kid.
talking about?
A clip of it on Facebook. It was really nicely detailed. It looked good, nicely animated.
What
It reminded
anime
me
you
somewhat.
talking about?
Barefoot Gen.
I don't.
I thought it was
Barefoot
Ken.
Barefoot Camp?
Gen. GEN.
Oh,
I think
Oh,
that's
okay.
what it's called.
pretty sure I've heard of Barefoot.
Sounds
Ken.
awful.
Yeah,
It
but like I was saying though, like for the housewives that are in there flipping pancakes and shit, when like the ground started to rip and the man ripped up because of the pressure and broke through the kitchen window and stabbed her in the eye in front of her. Started screaming, but she stopped screaming because in the ground underneath her started to pop up. Flew up out of the cabinet and stabbed her through the throat, and then she started to choke. It's for those people maybe that may have happened to them, that we don't know. That's who we're in the moment of silence for them niggas. Right, fuck niggas. Anyway,
Yeah, don't care about that at all because this was the ghost town. No one was harmed.
just in case though, just in case.
There's definitely stray cats and dogs.
Well,
that
yeah,
die.
like random animals, sure, but like, which is sad.
And there was like maybe a baby.
Saitama's
like-
illegitimate child. It's like, well, I fucked a bitch one night. I don't know what happened to the baby, and then you just hear her scream every so often.
Damn, Kishin. That's what Saitama's gonna say?
Maybe.
He's gonna say I fucked a bitch one night?
She never came for Chow.
Hey Genos. So I fucked a bitch one night.
That's why
One
I
more,
saved. That's why I saved my money for the prostitute.
And then we'll get an arc or a side story of Genos trying to fuck a bitch. Like, all right, Master Saint.
I must fuck
Zhoniin's
a,
world is crumbling around his eyes right now.
I must fuck
Make
a
it-
bitch
but,
to become like Master.
Personally draw a hentai for it.
Yeah, Grimm.
but,
Last time I checked, your artwork was pretty good.
Hey, hell yeah, y'all
Yeah.
niggas remember Overgrown Rumor? Shit.
Oh no.
Black sperm.
At least
No. But this, I should take this moment. We are doing a personal channel story. It's like, it's not a fan fiction based on anything, but it's like, it's a story of the channel. We're gonna be writing it and making a manga. So if you're an artist, or you're an amateur artist, you want to like contribute to shit like that, that's fine. We're gonna do like a chapter, an episodic chapter thing. So like something will happen in one chapter related to another chapter, but not exactly connected. And you'll have like freedom of art. So, and it's to display the talents and individuals that have participated in the channel over time. So like one nigga may draw chapter 1 and then he'll leave the community and come back chapter 56, and it'll be like a timeline like that. So that's the project that we're trying to do. So if y'all niggas want to assist with that, just make sure you come into the comment section, come to the Discord, hit me in the DMs, and I got you. I'll inform you on the project. But yeah, bro, you know, there go right there, Black Sperm.
Was that the first ad break in this podcast?
No, that was the second. The first was, hey, my boy did some real good music, though. He got some beats.
Then we did have 2 ads. All right, bet.
Another one.
Hey, Lokito? What was that, baby girl?
So can we get another one?
Dude,
Another advertisement.
Yeah, I would like to pay for advertisement space that I'm going to cash in right now. I'm going to advertise Sundownrider's channel. Go to youtube.com, search Sundownrider, all one word, and check out his reviews of manga.
I need all y'all listening.
What
Go
the
check
fuck?
out Legalporno.com. They got the
Thanks,
best angle
Mike.
vids. Bitches be busting it open. Booty holes.
So,
coming out.
legal is a troublesome word. Why does it have legal in the title?
I have no idea.
Like,
Hey, yo,
why
don't
does
go
it
there.
have to specify that it's
Do not go to that site.
All I heard was busting out
Just
the
so you
booty
know,
hole.
baby. Just so
I mean,
you know.
why would I have to know, though? I assume that it is, right?
You know, niggas
Premium
that
is free
got
for the
locked
month.
up off of technicalities. You got.
Oh, okay. So I'm intentionally looking for something that could be illegal.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at it like that, you want to be all negative.
Whoa, no, hey, nothing but positive vibes here, bro.
Don't sound.
I'm
like
just asking for a friend.
Oh, God.
Your nigga's dirty, bro. You out here looking up underage girl porn, brain. You out here like fucking confirming that shit. Like,
Whoa.
Don't be talking about that. Zhoniin is only 16 years old.
No
man.
one ever said those words except you.
Hold on.
Zhoniin is a known Lily enthusiast, right? You can't even want
That's libel.
Ew.
Oh, bro. That's Lily, bro. Tell you that.
I don't know, man. Context suggests that Lily should not be a mic.
You are correct.
We don't advocate this YouTube. These guys, we don't know them.
But let me tell you what is on my mind, Nomoto. So Tadio acknowledged one of King's new capabilities. Aspect of the King engine. Not only can the King engine boost King up to body niggas like Marugoi, but now he has a force field that allows him to fly as well. My nigga King is strong as fuck, bro. But coincidentally, once they reached the top, once Tatsumaki had finished lifting the Monster Association base, the bubble seems to mysteriously have disappeared. King sees the top, the crazy view, says WTF, and they fall. So does that mean that all the heroes were released once she finished raising the Monster Association? And in turn, does that mean that like now the heroes are gonna fall right back down to the cadres they're with?
Nah, I think she's going to give them to a safe place before,
It didn't help King.
before they fall to their death. Even then, that probably wouldn't even kill them. Definitely not Darkshine.
She placed them to safety.
Yeah, I agree with that. She put them in a safe spot. I was surprised the shield came off King, to be honest. Like, their drop was not something I would deem safe. Surprised King didn't die. Surprised Tario didn't die. Suppose they got cushion. But
Well, they did. You didn't
Yeah.
see it in the
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that, but I didn't think it would be. The cushioning would be so great that basically free falling through that huge ass tower.
And also, King did use his own body to further cushion it for Tario, so I thought that was a nice moment.
True.
I mean, he tanked the fall from several meters in the air. Big facts.
I agree. There's not really a lot to say. Yes, I guess King held back Tario because if Tario got loose, then we have another dragon level problem on our hands. But
no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking like, what do you think is happening to the rest of the heroes? Like
I think they're fine.
I think most of them.
I suggest a bit like. Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine that she's just going to go like, oh, okay, I'm done now, here you go, and they're just going to drop back into the exact situation they've just escaped from. Because I think that's going to look very bad for Atomic Grimm if he gets dropped straight back after saying, see a blade testing monster, and goes straight back to Black Sperm with the Zoom.
And he's like, well, shit.
I get that, but I'm like, because they're either going to get mixed up because of, like, something has to happen here. Like, they've been transported to a different location, but now they've been left on their own. Like, she's not going to help them. They have to get out of this shit again, and there's more dragons out there to fight and shit. So, like, I'm asking y'all, like, what's going to happen with, like, these heroes now out here, like, still exposed in the open and shit, and hurt? Are they going to run into different dragons? Are the dragons going to come back to them? Are the dragons going to team up to fight them? Are the dragons going to fight Tatsumaki? Are the heroes going to team up with Tatsumaki to fight Sairochi? Is Sairochi and Tatsumaki only going to be the only thing? Like, what happened to the heroes that just got released now?
Sairochi probably thinks she's got this fight with Tatsumaki handled. So she's not going to be calling on any more help. I think that's a given. Unless things go really bad. Like Orochi starts taking over. It's like, God damn it, I need help. Someone. The rest of them probably alright. It'd be interesting to see what their placements are right now. Because it does kind of look like once the shields drop that they're just going to end up roughly where they started. Which really wouldn't be helpful at all. And then by that logic, they probably could have survived without the barrier to some extent. At least some of them. So, I don't know. Need to see more.
It'd be cool if there was a whole mix and match thing where all the S-class heroes were like, yeah, I was getting my ass kicked by that guy. How about we switch around a bit? Because then, I wouldn't lose the bet with the Amai Mask. But also we get to see Atomic Samurai actually fight against someone and not get clapped.
I like how you think it'll come out.
That was funny?
Yes, it was funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So we can... Alright. So, like, I think that's what's going to end up happening is the heroes are going to have an opportunity to switch opponents to make things more advantaged for them because it was the opposite. It was the monsters had the advantage over them because of Garou and her scheming. I don't even know why I just called her Garou. But because of her scheming, they were able to get in situations where they had the advantage over the heroes. But now that Tatsumaki has like basically flipped the board over and everybody's able to reset it, whatever. Now the heroes can switch opponents, whatever. Amai Mask can get in a better situation. Child Emperor, I don't even know if Child Emperor can still fight because, like, man, he is like his shit is gone.
Yeah, he's spent. He only has like bladed weapons left, maybe.
But either way, the S-class heroes can have a moment to get in better situations than they were before, and I think that's what's going to happen. Or it could just be like a free-for-all where everybody's just fighting at once. And then the X factor will be Garou because we expect all the S-class heroes to survive that. But last time we seen Garou, he was fucked up because his body was strained, I'm assuming. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. I think no matter how the fight goes with the S-class heroes and the cadres and everything, he's going to be the X factor, and he's going to shake up anything either way. Either if the heroes are winning, cool, whatever. If the monsters are winning, cool, whatever. As soon as he comes up on the battlefield, shit is going to change. That's what I think.
All right, well then let's address this final point. Then maybe it shouldn't be the final point. Regardless. Sarochi's outside. Tatsumaki's proven that like she was holding back technically. I don't know if you guys want to speculate that upon that as well too, because I don't necessarily agree. But let's pretend that that's the case. This is a tough fight. Orochi doesn't seem really debilitated whatsoever. So will Metal Knights come through?
That's
Fat chance.
It's an
Contacts or
interesting
letting
question.
know.
I wanted him to. I thought it was like really possible when we were still inside or underground, but I don't think is. I think it's less likely now.
That's why I think it's more likely now.
No way.
I'll for sure make a video about it because I think this is like a one that's like worth addressing. But
he specifically said that he's not coming.
The reason why he said he wasn't coming is because he had an alternative, superior plan, and like not feeling it was going to be too dangerous. He didn't even want to participate in it. We've now fulfilled his requirements, so I don't see why a threat as big as this he wouldn't address it. If he came for the to test his weapons for the meteor, I definitely see Metal Knight arriving to take down Sairochi on an operation he's been briefed and informed about. He's probably monitoring right now because these monitors all that the meteor was coming. So, like, I don't think it's crazy that like Metal Knight may arrive here. Like we've really fulfilled everything. Like just like the reference of Tatsumaki flipping the base didn't just go to like her mentioning it in the previous chapter, but she was speaking to that about she told that to Sitz too. We saw a panel of like a thought bubble of like all the rubble above her and shit, like what she was gonna do and shit. Like she's been talking about doing this entire time. So if we fulfill that promise, why can't we fulfill Metal Knight's promise?
Because his promise was to carpet bomb it from before even entering.
I could see that playing out. That he even comes in for the carpet bomb. Like, he's in his lab doing his little thing, you know, picks up a weird energy signature, and it's like, what the hell? And it's like, oh shit, things got real over there. Okay. It's time to send in Kaiju Protocol. Let's test that shit out.
But, like, what's his incentive to come here? He didn't even show up to Boros until it was over.
Well, maybe on the off chance that he can pick up some research materials.
No, but I'm saying, why would he show up and try to fight?
Same reason for the meteor.
He don't care. It's not happening in his neck of the woods. He already said, hey guys, you could do what I want, or I'm not playing. So they chose to do their thing. So he's just like, why would I help them? I told them not to do this for this very reason.
But it's the perfect setup right now, bro. Like it's.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Character give a damn.
But he's a bad guy, guys. Do you remember what Drive Knight said?
I honestly
That's why
like.
I'm saying,
You're
like,
definitely not calling it.
I really don't see a reason like the same reason that you're seeing like why. I'm also seeing like why not. Like this is the. I think actually the claim of him being a hero gives at least a +1 for why. So he's a hero. Whether he like is lazy or not, whether there's a strong common characteristic amongst all the heroes of a selective assistance. That's common, especially with this nigga in particular. That doesn't change the fact that like we've seen this individual pop up for circumstances that we didn't predict. We didn't even get for information or before information for the weapons testing and shit. So like, and he showed up for EC. I honestly like I don't think I have enough evidence. Yeah, I don't have enough evidence to say that like no reason to show up, but like he shows up for whatever.
Okay, well you said it this time, so I don't even have to coax you into it. Make a video about it.
This nigga. No, I was gonna. Yeah, I just wanted to like pass that through you guys because like, actually, you arguing against it actually like makes me want to make the video even more.
Please.
Yeah, make the video, bruh. The only reason why I said I feel like it's less likely that he shows up because the reason why I thought he was going to show up in the first place was to save Child Emperor. But with Child Emperor almost dying and him not stepping in then, and now with this quote unquote reset, I don't think Child Emperor needs to fight anymore. And the reason why I thought Metal Knight was going to show up, I don't see the reason now anymore. He's just going to be sitting back in the cut, chilling, watching these niggas get fucked up.
On a side note, it'd be nice if either Bang or Genos were the ones who ended up saving Child Emperor from whatever goes on.
Genos fucked up Orochi. No, don't forget that.
And he has like 13 cannons on his arm.
I'm sorry, Genos did what?
He's Orochi.
He wrecked Orochi.
Oh, come on now, stop that.
I mean, we read the
He
same story?
soloed Orochi.
Hell no, obviously not.
Overgrown Genos.
Hey, Genos stronger than Garou.
Then we get to see the four spread cannon blast. I think that was they came from the rods that Sairochi was holding, because there were like 4 or 5 beams. I don't know if that exactly correlates with the number, because there seems like on the top panel where we first see it, there's a 5th beam, and I think he only had 4 rods. But whether that's the case or not, whether they came from the tentacles, whatever it is, we got a similar display before where like he's blasting his beams and then he's like winding them into a single blast and shit. Seems pretty powerful. Maybe not as powerful as some of the other shit. Maybe as powerful, maybe not as powerful as Nova. We can speculate on all that. But final thoughts. Sairochi versus Tatsumaki. Is this as clear cut as we think?
What do you mean clear cut? Clear cut is as in who's going to win a fight?
Yeah, do you think the person who you think is going to win a fight, is it certain? Or could something else happen to help win the fight? Like we've seen before, like how she like almost got bodied and somebody had to come in and help. Like, is that probable again, or like how y'all seeing it?
My position hasn't changed, even though it looks a little weird now. I said the way Psychos is going to get the advantage over Tatsumaki is by holding Fubuki hostage. I still hold on to that because I don't think she's stacking up with Tatsumaki in power even now.
I think it's going to be a competitive fight. They're around the same level. But now that Tatsumaki is quote-unquote full power, I mean, I guess she's obviously going to be more successful than she has been, but I don't think it's going to be for either one. It's going to be like somebody, whoever wins is going to like pretty much be like Child Emperor at the end. They're like going to be spent probably. I imagine it'll be more difficult than how Drive Knight took down Neon.
Damn, bro, that's low balling, bro. Drive clapped.
Yeah, well, so yeah, it'll be closer to like Child Emperor versus Phoenix Man.
Ooh.
But not like
Almost died against Phoenix.
But not like how Phoenix Man was so much more powerful, but just like the amount of effort the wind will require.
Yeah, it's going to be really taxing.
Big facts, but that was some effort up in that fight, bro.
You guys don't think that this is going to be another like incredible effort displayed by Tatsumaki? It's going to be quite an even fight, like you said, but then ultimately finish up with Saitama beneath Sairochi and like just kicking upwards and demolishing her.
I would love that.
I mean, that's what it feels like to me, like just from the perspective of we literally see on the last page the tower and we get this full glimpse of the whole shaft going upwards, and then we see that kind of star, the highlight at the top, which is Sairochi, and then right at the bottom of that panel we just see the what's his name, Saitama, and the toilet monster in darkness.
I see that more as like Saitama's staying out of this one, like he's in the dark, like because this is Tatsumaki's big fight, and I know it's One Punch Man. Saitama does get involved a lot, but like it's like with Child Emperor Phoenix Man, you know, like obviously Phoenix Man was incredibly powerful, but Saitama didn't get involved with that fight at all. And once again, like this is the fight where Tatsumaki can really show us what she can do, just like Child Emperor could show us what he could do then. I love Saitama, and if he did this, it'd be incredible. I think it'd be just it'd be something if he did that. But I think this has got to be Tatsumaki's fight to win.
Yeah. No, I'd love to see Tatsumaki actually show us the win here, like properly go balls to the wall. But I'm also very aware of the fact that Saitama is in an enclosed space underground with 2 other guys. He's probably going to want to get out of there real quick. And with his destructive capability...
I'm not in the Navy.
Just quickly speaking about that, like, there was Saitama and there was Toilet Monster, but Flashy wasn't there at the end. Do you think it's just like, oh, he wasn't in the panel, or do you think he's gone?
Well, he wasn't pulled up because his transponder was elsewhere, right?
He should be nearby.
Yeah, he should be like lying down, face planted into the ground somewhere. But you do draw a good point. He isn't drawn in that last panel.
I mean, it's
like
just
how Neon disappeared from one panel.
I mean, it obviously could be that, yeah, just because Flashy's the fast one. So if he, like, gained any distance from that, I feel like if there's anyone who would, it would be Flashy.
Yeah, but wouldn't he kind of take them along
Yeah,
with
like
him?
that.
And if anything, he was trying to pull Toilet Monster and Saitama down towards the ground to take cover. And you see Saitama holding it up with his legs, the ceiling that was falling down on them. So I'm not sure if his pace would have helped him out too much there.
Oh yeah, no, that looks like a running stance, like him like trying to take off. All right, but that wraps up chapter 130's discussion. There was a lot more to speculate on. We'll be discussing those things with videos throughout the week. Make sure you check out the polls as well if you'd like to drop your opinions on the things that we ask and the topics that occurred from this chapter. Everybody usually drops videos, reviews, reactions, and Zhoniin, Sundown, Satsuki, Matt, Kishin. Make sure you check out all their content. Their channel description will be below.
Don't check out my channel.
Bitch.
Don't do it.
Check out my channel. I got some classics on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check out his upcoming ASMR channel.
Yeah, I'm upload that. Man, Grimm got a discussion on
what
there.
the fuck, bro? What?
No,
the...
we did. You don't remember that, Grimm? Pinocchio was in there. Devil Leg was in. You know,
Oh,
we was talking about some
yeah,
DLC.
nigga,
Yeah.
that shit. That was way back in the day, though, nigga.
Yeah, that was like
That was
3
like a
years
year
ago.
ago.
Like,
3 years?
I think so. Like 2 years.
Damn,
Oh,
nigga. You ain't uploading 3 years, bro.
Nah, I ain't uploading like 2. But shit, it's been a while either way.
You been on the BDA streams, like you was on the you went to the Reverie, ain't it?
Nah, I went in the Reverie. I had to work.
This nigga, man.
Yeah.
You was in a more recent BDA stream, right?
You mean like Brocco streams?
Yeah, for one.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty much always
Yeah,
there.
you been...
Especially
No,
now,
nigga,
since the nigga ain't got to work.
Real quick, you guys been making videos about Pinocchio?
No, Pinocchio. He's a guy in NVDA Discord.
We needed the clarification, guys. That was going to be another discussion.
Oh shit! Like the video, we gonna be on now with some more. And we're gonna come back with a little bit more, with more. Oh!
You.